In a season that has seen women's tennis rise to new heights of excitement, drama, and global reach, the WTA Finals were supposed to be the grand crescendo, a dazzling showcase of the best the sport has to offer. Yet, what was meant to be a triumphant celebration of women's tennis has instead turned into a public relations disaster. Fans of Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, Iga Świątek, Amanda Anisimova, and others have voiced outrage over what they call a heartbreaking, promotional failure by the WTA, accusing the organization of neglecting its biggest stars and mishandling the build-up to its flagship event. The issue began subtly but snowballed rapidly. As the promotional materials for the WTA Finals were unveiled across social media, fans quickly noticed glaring omissions, lackluster visuals, and a startling absence of the very players who have driven the sport's growth in recent years. "Where's Coco? Where's Iga? Where's Pegula?" asked one frustrated user on X, formerly Twitter. The WTA's official pages had posted generic graphics, thin on narrative and personality, a jarring contrast to the dynamic, story-rich branding seen in men's tournaments, or even earlier WTA campaigns. For fans who have watched the rise of a new generation, Gauff's electric Grand Slam breakthrough, Świątek's unshakable dominance, Pegula's consistency, and Anisimova's emotional comeback, this lack of spotlight felt deeply disrespectful. "It's like they forgot the players who made this season worth watching," one fan wrote, echoing the sentiment of thousands. The outrage reached fever pitch when promotional clips for the event aired without featuring several top names entirely. Instead, the focus seemed diluted, a blend of generic tennis footage and muted commentary that failed to capture the fierce rivalries and emotional arcs that defined the 2025 season. "This was supposed to be the event," another fan posted. "And yet, it feels like an afterthought." Coco Gauff, who has been one of the sport's most influential figures both on and off the court, found herself at the center of the discussion. Known for her poise, activism, and competitive spirit, Gauff has helped pull women's tennis into the mainstream spotlight. Her U.S. Open triumph in 2023 and consistent performances since then made her an undeniable face of the sport. Fans were baffled by the WTA's failure to feature her prominently in finals promotions. "She's the defending champion," one incredulous comment read. "How do you run a promo without her?" Jessica Pegula's supporters were no less disappointed. The American star, known for her grounded demeanor and tactical brilliance, has built a dedicated following. Her fans, too, noticed the lack of attention. "Pegula deserves respect for carrying the U.S. torch with class," one fan wrote. "This promo did nothing to show that." But perhaps the strongest reaction came from the international base of Iga Świątek, the Polish powerhouse whose meticulous approach and unwavering focus have earned her a near-mythic status among tennis purists. Świątek's fans took to social media en masse, calling the oversight embarrassing and inexcusable. The WTA, they argued, has long struggled to strike the right balance between global representation and marketability, and this was yet another sign of misplaced priorities. Amanda Anisimova's inclusion in the conversation added another emotional layer. After her well-documented break from tennis and heartfelt comeback earlier in the season, many fans saw her as a symbol of resilience and renewal. Her omission from key visuals felt, to some, like a betrayal of one of the sport's most touching stories. "Amanda's return should have been celebrated," one fan commented. "Instead, it's like it never happened." What makes the situation even more painful for fans is that the WTA Finals are not just another tournament. They represent the culmination of an entire year of competition, the reward for excellence, consistency, and endurance. The event's prestige is built on narrative, rivalries reignited, redemption arcs completed, dreams fulfilled. The lack of a compelling, star-driven promotion undercuts that magic entirely. Some critics have also pointed fingers at the marketing strategy itself. In an era where digital storytelling drives engagement, the WTA's reliance on static, one-size-fits-all graphics feels out of touch. "Look at how Formula One promotes its stars," one analyst noted. "It's about emotion, identity, drama, not just logos. Tennis needs to learn that lesson fast." Even players seem to subtly acknowledge the issue. Though none have directly criticized the WTA, several posted behind-the-scenes photos, clips, and personal promos that resonated far more with fans than the official campaign. Gauff's Road to Riyadh post alone garnered millions of views within hours, while Świątek's minimalist, self-produced teaser outperformed the WTA's own trailer in engagement. The disconnect raises deeper questions about how women's tennis is marketed, and whether the organization fully understands its audience. The sport's modern stars are not just athletes, they're personalities, role models, and storytellers. Gauff speaks with social awareness and energy that resonates across generations. Świątek embodies discipline and mental strength. Pegula personifies persistence and balance. Anisimova channels vulnerability and courage. Each player represents a different emotional thread, and together they form the tapestry of women's tennis today. Ignoring that, even unintentionally, risks alienating the very fans who sustain the sport. By the time fan discontent reached mainstream sports outlets, the WTA attempted some damage control, reposting more balanced content, highlighting individual player stories, and teasing new videos. But the damage was done. The narrative of neglect had taken hold, and for many, it reflected a larger pattern of underinvestment in women's sports storytelling. Still, amid the frustration, there remains hope. Fans' passion itself is proof of how deeply they care about the game. The anger comes from love, from wanting the WTA Finals to be as grand, as inspiring, and as emotionally rich as the players who earn their place there. One fan summarized it best. "We're not mad because we don't care. We're mad because these women deserve better." As the finals begin under the Riyadh lights, the players will no doubt let their rackets speak louder than any promo ever could. But for the fans, the lesson is clear: tennis is not just about serves and scores. It's about stories, identities, and connection. And if the WTA wishes to elevate its crown jewel event, it must first remember what makes it shine: the players and the millions who believe in them.